Yeah, Lee, he says how bullying creates school shooters. Bro, let's see. I don't think bullying, like, I know a lot of niggas, like, who have been school bullied, but they never, like, when they kill niggas, like, I just think these niggas don't have self control. For real. Like, bro, what the fuck?
Shooting, a school shooting,
School shooting, Colorado shooting.
Shooting at the high school.
We need to talk about why these school shootings keep on happening.
They say bullies are to blame.
May have been bullied.
He had been bullied.
Describing him as
Also, why
an
is?
outcast who is often bullied.
In 2025,
I mean, US has a problem, but if other countries are like living without guns, you're talking about how am I able to protect myself, bro? How are other countries protecting themselves? Like, guns shouldn't be like out there, like for real, for real. Imagine all those lives that could have been saved for real. You know what I mean? So I feel like it's just their system, and they can learn from other countries. Like, why are other countries surviving and thriving while you niggas are just killing each other? Like, it's crazy. So if you can say that,
there have already been 91 school shootings in the US, but very few
US is never seeing me on me. Woo wee! Hell to the fucking no. Never see me again. Or me, I promise you. Dog. Like, everything you see on movies that happen, like they're bad, like, it's just US. From aliens to witches to, I don't know, everything. Bro.
people actually discuss why so many people are committing these crimes. According to the United States Secret Services, 80% of school shooters are bully victims. But how does bullying turn people into school?
Facts. I take my word back. Like, facts. For real. What did it? I think, I don't know if it's Andrew Tate that said that quote. Like, I'm talking weird right now. I think it's because I got operated on my teeth. He said, "You never know when somebody's like on their last straw. Don't piss niggas off. Everybody's having a bad day. That day could be your last day. You feel me?"
Shooters. To understand why, we need to discuss this problem in a way that no other YouTuber is willing to do. In this video, we're going to analyze this problem by understanding what these kids had to go through to want to commit a school shooting. That way, we can
He definitely looked like he will do it again. Keep that nigga locked up.
spread awareness on preventing school shootings. Pretty much every school shooter is a word that I cannot see on YouTube. According to the National Institute of Justice, 92% of K through 12 shooters are like this. These are people who feel that they have nothing to live for.
Ooh, the niggas to stay away from. For real. Then why would you bully this nigga? You know, I'm usually just nice to everybody. No cap. I'll treat everybody like nice, bro. You never know, man.
That darkness that I've been staring at for so long, I
was almost a school shooter. Man, what the fuck? What the fuck are you talking about? What the hell is he talking about?
ran headlong into it. I had nothing left to live for. I literally had nothing to lose. And when you have nothing to lose, you can do anything. And that is a terrifying thought.
But what is causing so many
Facts, there's a lot of crash out here. I gotta watch out. Even outside out here, bro. Like, there was a nigga who, like, did MMA. I knew this nigga. And every time he was outside, he just wanted to, like, fight. I never understood why this nigga wanted to fight all the time. It was like, you bump into him. He was a nice dude. But it's like, anything can set him off. I'm like, damn, nigga, chill. I came to find out this nigga can do MMA. And this nigga's a crash out. This nigga came from, like, those war-torn areas. Yo. These niggas don't know how likely they were.
of these students to wish they weren't alive? It's time to talk about how our school system is at fault for bullying and school shootings. American schools claim to have zero tolerance policies for bullying, but anyone who's actually been to a public high school in the US will know that's BS. In America,
Bullying, I think I've went through bullying too. Every nigga's gone through bullying. And I feel like you should raise your kids to stand up for themselves when it comes to roast. I remember also roasting. It can be, bullying can be on like, you know what I mean? It can be physical and also like verbally, you feel me? And I was not taking none of the from anybody, you feel me? I could fight and I could like roast niggas. So it wasn't getting to me. I used to like literally sit at home and think of jokes and comebacks in case somebody tries in school. And I feel like all kids gotta be that way. For you, you gotta learn how to protect yourself. You feel me? So yeah.
American schools, unless you have direct video evidence that you
Oh,
were
shit.
bullied by a certain individual, schools will do little to nothing about it. You can't simply just walk up to a teacher or principal and tell them that you're getting bullied, because personal anecdotes mean nothing to them. And even if there is sufficient evidence, schools still aren't able to do much. Students who get caught bullying are usually suspended for a few days, and that's it. There's also a passive bystander culture in America. Students rarely step in to stop bullying. In fact,
I mean, ain't nothing you can do. The nigga 6'2", you think you could stab up? Nigga, he'll beat your ass. Bro, there's nothing you can do. You can't judge the mother niggas, bro. And they're kids too, bro. If you stand up, also you're getting cooked.
many students actually enjoy seeing the torment and suffering of one of their fellow students. With
You saw that punch, and that was before you became Spider-Man, bro. Nah, I'm not stepping up, bro. Every man for himself.
many laughing, recording videos, and putting it onto social media. This is also a big factor to what creates school shooters. For those who have never experienced this before, it's something you need to go to an American high school.
No offense, but we need to do a background checkup on you too. I feel like you about to spaz out too. No offense though. Okay, they got this look on them. You feel me?
Yourself to understand. Teenagers love drama. They love exciting
No, you wouldn't let that nigga do that shit, bro. Hell no, bro.
events
You
to
fight.
spice up their lives. Just watch any school fight video, and you'll see just how much they love watching violence.
You. Just.
Another problem is that oftentimes the bullying victim is punished just as harshly as the bully, if not more. When a victim is defending themselves against their bullies, school faculty will have a very hard time understanding who is the bully and who is the bully victim.
And most of the time, you gotta realize bullies are also getting bullied at home. You know what I mean? They're getting treated unfair at home, and they gotta take it out. You know what I mean? They're going through something, because a normal person can just wake up and treat another person like that. So there's usually a cause. You know what I mean? Just like how a kid, if they behave somehow sexually, it reflects like maybe the words abused back home, or they're getting abused. So it's like the same thing. If you see a bully, most of the time they just got something going on in their life at home, parent issues and all. So y'all gotta check up on them. You know what I mean? Cut that bitch off. You know what I mean? Instead of like just punishing him, which is like, it's like you have a farm and like you got weeds, and then you just cut the grass and not the roots. It will grow back up. It didn't solve the you know what I mean? It didn't solve the problem. So like he gonna come back and still bully another kid, even if it's not the same kid.
So what ends up happening is both are punished. And if the victim's self-defense surpasses the initial bullying, the victim actually receives the
But this happened to me too. He's right. Boy, somebody was testing me, and then we ended up fighting. And I got punished too. I'm like, bro, he started it. Like, I had to defend myself. And they don't believe you. They're like, so I was supposed to like just sit there and like take the punching. Like some teachers, bro, yeah, that's some hoes, bro. Like, on me, bro. Like, y'all got me fucked up, bro.
harsher punishment. This is the culture that so many American teenagers have to go through. And this is the culture that creates school shooters. People attack you, hurt you, and if you resist, you are deemed as the problem, and you are the one who is punished. This is the reason why so many shooters feel rejected, alone, and like their lives don't matter. Because that's what society has shown them. Their fellow peers don't care. Their teachers don't care. Their school doesn't care. Their parents don't care. I'm not trying to sympathize
I don't care too, fuck, nigga. They're about that.
with these school shooters. I'm simply trying to explain why these things happen. There's still a lot of problems to unpack here. So now, let's analyze some real school shooters and their backstories. Evan Ramsey, the kid who committed the Bethel
Hold the fuck up. Why are teachers not, it's America, right? Freedom of speech, land of the free, blah blah blah, we need to protect yourself. Why are the teachers not equipped? Y'all can literally build a safe with the fucking code or a scanner because there's no way you're gonna be sleeping at school that somebody's gonna take your face and go scan the code. So if a school shooter comes, you teachers agreed, yo, I can go scan my face, take the blicky out, and put the kid out. Like, no cap. I just don't understand. I know there's a protocol, like blah blah blah. You know what I mean? Kids can reach the gun and shit, but it should be like protected. Like that shit should be like double sealed. You know what I mean? So when a shooter comes, teacher get the blicky, and there should be like a door that's like an exit door, different exit doors, like in the classroom, which the teacher decides to open and the others shut. You know what I mean? So only the teacher knows where that door goes and freeze, like, you know what I mean? As much as sad as it sounds, like, you feel me? So yeah, they gotta, first of all, you know what I mean, take care of the mental health of these kids, because they're obviously going through something at home. The bullies first before they get to the shooters, you feel me? And you know what I mean, mental checkups on the kids, and like I said, the teachers gotta be armed, bro. There's no way, you know what I mean? It might seem like, yo, if there's a gun at school, kids can reach it, and then it's gonna be bad. Then we gotta double protect it, because either way it's like dangerous, you feel me?
High school shooting wrote this in his diary. I want people, the world, or maybe just Bethel, to know how cruel the world is, or can be. The main reason I did this is because I'm sick and tired of being treated this way
That's the joker right there. That's the joke. Yeah, stepped over me when I was there in the train, the subway. That's the joker right there.
every day.
Joking.
People would tell me I'm stupid. Him and his friends would throw wads of toilet paper at me, and they thought that was hilarious.
Evan Ramsey wanted others to feel the way that he felt. He wanted to feel important. Nicholas Cruz committed the Parkland shooting. In his own video recording, he said,
"From the wrath of my power, they will know who I am."
Oh my goodness. Oh, from the wrath of my power, they know who I am. Oh shit, them niggas are cooked. Yo, if you threw that paper, you are cooked. Oh yeah. From the wrath of my power, he been seeing a lot of Naruto too.
My life is nothing and meaningless.
Ooh, you're going to hell. Nigga, there's some weirdest, bro. I remember I was like, on me, bro. I was dating this emo girl. We wasn't dating, but we was seeing each other. Man, we was walking, this girl talking about, and it just out of nowhere, like we was just talking about some cool ass stuff. Out of nowhere, there's a truck coming. She talking about, oh, I wish I could throw myself at this truck and just die. Nigga, what the fuck? Yo, what the fuck? Why? He's like, like, if I go to hell, will you come with me? I'm like, hell no. What you mean? Man, them kids, bro. I'm glad that I cut that bitch out. Like, boy, she tripping, bro. Man, though.
I live a lone life, live in seclusion and solitude. With the power of my AR, you will all know who I am.
Ooh, switchy, with the power of my AR. This nigga talking about like the villains in the cartoons, bro. This shit is
throughout all his years, he was constantly reminded about how nobody cared about him. His female friend gave this information to the media. He said he was pushed around and beat up sometimes. Another friend of Nicholas Cruz described him as an outcast. I could read you a lot more stories, but to keep it short, there's a consistent...
See, there's just look. There's always that look, bro. They need to be put on like on a suicide watch. You feel me? Like, you feel me? Like, just how the same way, yeah. How do you say it? I forgot the word, bro. Fuck. There's a word like when you see okay, I found the word. The way you stereotype other people, we should stereotype these people. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
pattern throughout all these stories about a desire to feel important. A lot of school shooters show signs of narcissistic personality disorder. But narcissism in itself is not enough to explain why school shootings happen. These shooters want to feel important because they've all been socially rejected. Social rejection is one of the most painful human
Nigga, we finna now you finna get rejected 10 times more. The fuck you talking about? I think niggas think you finna, bro. Oh.
emotions, and studies find that it can be catastrophic to physical health. Of course, there are many other factors that can contribute to school shootings. A big one is toxic parents and families.
That's my word. I just said that. Bar for bar. I just said that. Word for word. Bar for bar. Call me Albert Einstein.
Mental illness is also commonly brought up. But out of all these factors, bullying is by far the #1 reason. There's a reason why teenage shooters consistently choose their schools as a target. Mass shootings can happen anywhere. Shopping malls, public parks, churches. Schools are actually significantly more difficult to commit these acts.
Yeah. I mean, thanks for this info though. Now I'm finna go strapped up. Anyway, I'm going to church. I'm getting strapped up. Come, baby, come. I'm waiting for you.
As there is more security and schools are trained in dealing with these scenarios.
Scenarios, fuck all day. I'm getting let's do a fucking, you know what I mean? The Wild Wild West, like, shootout. I don't give a fuck.
Yet these teenage shooters still consistently choose their schools as their target. If toxic parents and mental illness are the biggest factors, that would mean that teenage shooters would take their anger out onto any public area. But how
He bullied you. Deal with them. Why you gotta shoot innocent niggas?
often is it that you hear a story about a teenager shooting up a mall or a park? These shooters aren't just seeking destruction. Their hatred stems from the way they were treated.
No, these are just sick niggas because we've seen people shooting malls, shooting churches in the US. Some niggas are just sick, you feel me?
In school. And that's where they find their revenge.
Bro.
Mental illness is the most consistently brought up factor to why school shootings happen. And although they are a factor to consider, it's nowhere near as influential as politicians and the media claim.
Mass shootings that have been linked to mental illness.
That individuals with mental illness do not touch a gun.
We got to deal with mental illness.
But this is also a mental illness problem.
Yes, a large chunk of school shooters have mental illness. A study by the Violence Project reports that 70% of school shooters have a mental health history. But you have to remember, the term mental health history is being used very broadly here. This includes disorders that aren't linked with violence, such as ADHD, OCD, or anxiety. We all link with violence, such as ADHD, OCD,
Excessive thoughts, obsession that lead to repetitive behavior, compulsion.
or anxiety.
Wait, so you start swearing and starting breathing rapidly and then you'll be like, yeah, I'm offing niggas, what the fuck?
We all personally know plenty
What the fuck, niggas, you know what I mean? They gotta burn some, like, you know what I mean? Burn some certain people from, like, buying, you know what I mean?
of people with mental illness and mental disorders. Can you imagine any of them committing a school shooting? These aren't dangerous people. They are just as likely to be intelligent and empathetic. And research shows that people with mental illness are not more likely to be violent than the general public. So we can't just use mental illness as the main reason for why school shootings happen.
I feel like they should also learn to control themselves, you know what I mean? It's like, this is the same as US has this problem, like, so when a fighter is being taught how to fight, they're always taught self-control, right? Because, you know what I mean? Self-control, because you are now like a weapon. So I feel like the US lacks that. Like, they just sell guns and they don't teach these people self-control, which is really important. You know what I mean? They should teach these people. I know some maybe get illegal guns and shit, but everyone should be taught, you know what I mean, self-control. Especially everybody can get a gun in the US, and they should all be taught, like, you just don't fire when this happened, and then they should like get something like a score or something, like, oh, he scored this one. They're like, oh, he good in the society, you feel me, to be safe.
If you're liking this video and want more videos like this one, then it'd be pretty awesome if you could subscribe. Bullying is the most clear, logical explanation to school shootings. In fact, you'd be surprised how many regular high school students carry guns. A nationwide survey from 2019 of over 13,000 high schoolers found that 4.4% of students have carried a gun in the last 12 months. 4.4%. And this is not because of mental illness, not because of toxic parents. When adjusted for gender, grade level, age, and race, students who are bullied on school property are 83% more likely to carry guns than non-bullied students. So many students are carrying guns because of bullying. That means students are carrying assault rifles to schools.
What the fuck? Who the fuck is carrying a fucking assault rifle to school? And yeah, I ain't noticed nothing. Nah, if he does a pistol, I'll be like, cool. A whole rifle?
Because of bullying. Of course, this doesn't mean that every bullied student has the desire to shoot up their school. Different personality traits and media influences are also a contributing factor. Narcissism, self-importance, the desire for fame, ambition, anger issues, exposure to hateful ideology, fascination with guns, and fascination with violence are all small factors that can add up. There are many different ways that bully victims deal with trauma. Some push through it and heal from it. Some turn to a life of substances and
yeah, I feel like switching somebody too.
crime. Some end themselves, and some become school shooters. Now it's time to talk about gun control. It's one of the most heated debate topics in our country right now, and I think our society is missing the point. Every time a school shooting is mentioned, gun control always becomes the primary topic. I haven't heard a single person mention bullying prevention following a school shooting. Sure, gun control might decrease school shootings, but why is this our only concern? Kids are hurting, suffering, neglected, and bullied to the point of wanting to shoot their school. And the only thing we want to talk about is gun control? This isn't just a gun crisis. This is—
I know why they ain't strict with these weapon laws. If you get caught selling somebody without a license, it should be life, because he's gonna take a life. You feel me? Who sold that gun to that kid? How did he get it? Life. You feel me?
is a mental health crisis. This is a bullying crisis. On a side note, do you know how easy it is to attain a gun illegally? All it takes is a few connections, or a 3D printer, or access to the dark web. It's no different than buying illegal substances. 30% of shooters already attain their guns from the illegal market. If these teenagers really wish to shoot up their school, a simple gun ban will not stop them. Don't get me wrong, I agree that we need strict gun laws. But instead of only addressing one small facet of this problem, we need to start addressing the full picture. School shooters are evil. But they weren't born that way. It was years of bad circumstances that led them to do what they did. Orlando Harris shot multiple people at his school. His middle school teacher described him as a super sweet boy who wanted to please people. Nicholas Cruz had a friend who, when interviewed, said this about him.
I've known him since 6th grade, and I just want to start off that I'm not rationalizing or justifying what he did. It was completely wrong and disgusting. From what I've known him since 6th grade, he is probably one of the nicest people I've ever met in my life. He was incredibly nice and so
they definitely just had that one bad day.
Sweet. Everything seemed like perfect.
Man, especially at my work, bro. There's, bro, when I work here, some people are bullying other people, and I'm like, bro, if this nigga snap you, we are all cooked. But I'm good though. I know they ain't finna, you know what I mean? I'm good. Treat everybody with the nicest, like, gang. Young. You're just gonna tell me, oh, don't pull up tomorrow, say less.
Perfectly normal. He had no one to go to at one point to turn to after whatever he's going through, and that's what caused all this.
When society constantly reminds you that you're the problem and that you're less than human, you slowly start to believe it, and you slowly start to take on that role. That's the reason why many kids who are constantly bullied start to act hostile, listen to violent music, or adopt hateful far-right ideology. It'd be naive to assume that these people are born like this and have always been this way. People are more complex than that. They start off as innocent and slowly transform into the thing that everyone constantly reminds them that they are.
I was told I was worthless by just about everybody in my life. And when you're told you're worthless enough, you will believe it. Then you're going to do everything you can to make everybody else agree with it too. And so I did. I always had heard in life that there was good people and bad people. I must be one of the bad people, so I guess I would have to just do what I was supposed to do.
Sure, a lot of school shooters have mental illness, but they still could have grown up to become good people if they weren't mistreated so heavily. If you don't understand the point that I'm getting at here, my point is that school shootings can be prevented simply through human kindness.
I was waiting to get myself a gun so I could kill a lot of people.
Whoa!
But thankfully, I wasn't alone in that darkness. That best friend who had saved me, I was sleeping in his shed, he saw this place that I was in. He still brought me in and showed me acts of kindness. It was literally just sitting down next to me. Hey, would you like a meal? Let's watch a movie. Treat it like it was a Tuesday.
Yo, if a nigga pissed this nigga off, he's definitely gonna do it again. I don't think he's healed, bro. FBI, this nigga ain't healed, bro.
Feeling like I was a person. And when someone treats you like you're a person, when you don't even feel like you're human, it'll change your entire world. And it did to me. He stopped me with his acts of kindness from committing that atrocity that day.
School shootings are a problem that won't be going away anytime soon. Every couple of weeks, there's a new deadly school shooting. As you're watching this video right now, there is someone out there who's planning to shoot up their school.
Whoa!
Some of you might even know a person who considered doing it.
Whoa!
And to that I say show sympathy and kindness. These people might be planning something evil, but they haven't done it yet. By showing love, care, and sympathy, we could prevent something bad from happening. Show some kindness to people. Be there for them. If you see someone getting bullied, step in. If someone is going too far with their insults, call them out. If you know someone who's in a terrible headspace, check in on them. You never know just how much of an impact your actions can make on the world. You're not just improving the life of one person. You could be saving the lives of many.
Preach, nigga. Facts. I actually stepped in one time to save this nigga, like he was getting bullied. As I stepped in, this nigga went and called a fucking army, bro, like 20 niggas, but I almost got jumped. Oh, you! But I'm glad I helped that little nigga, you feel me? And you know what I mean? I always try just to be nice and you know what I mean? To people and feel me? So yeah, it's also good for the soul when you help other people. You know what I mean? You ain't gotta do it just because you're saving lives. It's also good for your mental health. Be like, doing something for somebody who can give you back is really actually good. Feel me? And yeah, make sure you have self-control over your mind. Make sure you can control. You haven't been taught that in school, but mentally how to take insults and you know what I mean, and all that stuff. Make sure you learn. And what I also do is like I usually go and I watch prison stories, how people ended up in prison, so that I won't go the same route. Anything can happen, like when you're an adult, you feel me? So I just try to absorb as much as I can.